Listen to your customers or you will die. In this episode, we are going to address the question, how do I attain or achieve the top of my industry? This is critical. This is one of 10 keys to a meaningful transformation to the top of your industry, whatever your entrepreneurial practice is about. I'm writing a book called 10 Keys, How to 10 Times Your Business in Less Than 60 Months While Simplifying Your Life. This is key number 3. So key number 3 of the 10 keys to make a meaningful transformation, to 10 times your practice, whatever you do, if you're a realtor, CPA, if you are a hairdresser, I don't care if you are a doctor or a dentist, this is life-changing. And this will help you understand how to provide the greatest for your clients and customers so that you can grow by 10 times. Key number 3 is to provide greater clarity, balance, focus, and confidence for your clients, your customers, your patients. And I'm going to share with you a way to do this. Now, the keys that I have in my book are listed on a scorecard at the back of the book. When I teach full-day workshops or mastermind groups to entrepreneurs to help them implement these ideas, this scorecard shows the keys on the left, the principles. This is key number 3. And then they are scoring themselves where they are currently at on a scale of 1 to 10 on every one of these keys. So the third key, provide greater clarity, balance, focus, and confidence for your clients or patients. So I'm going to read these and you be honest with yourself. Where are you at right now? So the first statement is, you're not aware of how to provide clarity, balance, focus, and confidence to your customers. If you're not even aware how to do that, that's a 1 or a 2. Here's the next rung up on the ladder. You know why people feel confused and isolated and powerless, but you don't know how to solve that. You know why, but you don't know how to solve it for them. How about this one? You're a good leader who gives people clarity and direction, but you lack in good relationships. That's where a lot of entrepreneurs are. Well, how about better? You're a good leader and develop great relationships, but you struggle with being creative. There's a lot of people who fit in that category. How about the top? You are a tremendous leader. You use leadership, relationship, and creativity to deliver clarity, balance, focus, and confidence for your customers, clients, or patients. That's where people want to be. That would be a perfect 10. So let me share with you some ideas on how to provide greater clarity, balance, focus, and confidence to those that you consider to be your ideal clients or customers. Are you ready? I'm going to give you a very powerful formula. So I'm Doug Andrew, and I've trained a lot of entrepreneurs on these principles. This is a game-changing one. See, when you provide clarity for those that you care about, that gives them unlimited energy. People always left my office after we met energized. And when you have clarity, it gives you energy, unlimited energy. That means that you have about a 55% chance that they'll be able to handle any curveball that life throws at them. Now, if you want to go up to 90%, you provide balance. You take the wobble out of their life and they go down the highway and they have balance, and that increases the velocity in which they achieve the destination, their goals that they have set with you. Now, if you want to go up to about 99% chance that they will never leave you to go to somebody else, you provide not only clarity, balance, but focus. You help them focus on what matters most. That increases the accuracy in which they will achieve their goals. And now they have much greater confidence, because clarity, balance, and focus gives you confidence. Confidence is the greatest gift I can give anyone. When I help people become more confident about a brighter future, that attracts opportunity. See, lack of confidence repels opportunities. So I'm going to give you the formula that I use to be able to deliver clarity, balance, focus, and confidence. You can use this formula too. I attribute this exercise to my good friend, strategic coach Dan Sullivan, and I have used this formula in all kinds of ways to provide greater clarity, balance, focus, and confidence. He told me this one night in his Toronto home. He and his wife Babs provided dinner for my wife and me. And we were talking about the world's bad news. I mean, it used to be that only 55% of the world's news was bad news. Now it's like 95%. I mean, CNN, I think stands for constant negative news, doesn't it? Okay. And so we had this bad news bonanza. And Dan was saying, you know, Doug, what you want to do is learn how to take the world's bad news and make that your good news. And I go, relish in bad news? Oh, no. The bad news is happening. It's always been happening. Now we're just more aware of it because of social media. We know when somebody's dragged off an airplane within a minute or two. Back in the time that Hitler was doing what he was doing in Germany and so forth, they surmised that something fishy was going on in Dachau and that these trainloads of people were coming in, but they didn't want to believe the ugly news that was maybe happening. Now in this world where you can be, at 50,000 miles high and zero in and see what's going on down below, with satellite and technology and high-def cameras, the world has become more and more aware, and that's why the bad stuff has always been going on, but we become aware of it more. You take that bad news, which is what causes people to become confused. An earthquake, a tornado, a hurricane, a virus outbreak, the stock market dives and so forth. So whenever I get on the radio, I go, oh, what bad news should I scoop up today? I feel like a grizzly bear on a permanent salmon run. I just scoop up bad news and I go, why are people now, because this ripple dominoed, caused the stock market to crash, why are people feeling confused now? Why do they feel isolated in their particular set of circumstances? And why do they feel powerless? This has been going on for millennia. People feel confused, isolated, and powerless. So, in order to be a leader, to give people clarity, balance, focus, and confidence, I go, how can I provide 3 C's to clear up confusion, isolationism, and powerlessness? You clear up confusion with clarity. Give people new direction. Give them clarity and they'll have that energy, see? And they no longer feel confused because I'm being a leader to do that. You also give them confidence. See, clarity, confidence makes them not feel like, oh, golly, I'm isolated in my set of circumstances. I'm single, or I'm this, or I'm that. You help them understand, have confidence in a brighter future. You can overcome this. And then you want to use not only clarity, but confidence, but you want to use the capability. You want to empower them with new capability so they don't feel powerless. So let's review so far. In order to clear up confusion, you give people clarity. To clear up isolationism, you give them confidence. And in order to clear up the powerlessness, you empower them with capability. Clarity, confidence, capability, okay? How do you deliver clarity, confidence, and capability? With L.R.C. L is leadership. By providing leadership for your clients, customers, and so forth, you will give them that clarity. They no longer feel confused about their smile if you're an orthodontist, about their real estate, about their accounting if you're an accountant, if you are a nutritionist, about how they feel or their weight or whatever. You give them clarity and direction, but you are a leader, okay? You lead from the front. The next is relationships. You want to create a relationship by being sincerely interested in them. When you have a relationship with them, it's not about you, it's about them. It's not about all your alphabet soup behind your name. Then you create the relationship. This gives people confidence. They no longer feel isolated. They have a friend who understands them. And then you use creativity to give people new capability, and they no longer feel powerless. So creativity, I've always used all kinds of creativity that most financial advisors never used. So L.R.C. is leadership, relationship, creativity. That provides clarity, confidence, and capability that clears up confusion, isolationism, and powerlessness. So let me give you an example. You know, any great person that has ever walked this planet, whether they realized it or not, used that formula. I don't care if we're talking about Gandhi, maybe Thomas Edison or Abraham Lincoln. This isn't a religious agenda. I'm Christian. And so to me, one of the perfect examples would be Christ. In fact, I taught the life of Christ for 8 years at an Institute of Religion, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John in the New Testament. So let me just use Christ as an example. It didn't matter if he was talking to an audience of 1 or 5,000 on a mountainside. He used leadership and he gave people direction and clarity, and they no longer felt confused about their set of circumstances. He developed relationships better than anybody I've ever studied. In just a minute or two, he developed relationships with a leper or a widow or 5,000 on a mountainside. And by using relationships, he was able to give people faith, confidence in a brighter future. Their future was spotless. It didn't matter what the past was about, it was about their future, and they no longer felt isolated in their set of circumstances. Then he used creativity, parables, metaphors, stories, examples, so they would then be able to become empowered and they could feel more capable at their level of understanding. Leadership, relationship, creativity delivers clarity, confidence, and capability. They no longer feel confused, isolated, and powerless. When you break it down, you simply use that formula to show people the darkness of the night if they keep living life the way they're living it without your goods or services, what you provide, and then you show them the brightness of their future, the contrast between dark and bright. Dark, light, if they will change their ways and implement what you provide, and you will be amazed at the clarity, balance, focus, and confidence you will instill in your perfect customers, and watch your practice go through the roof. Click on this episode. Watch the other 10 keys to make a meaningful transformation to the top of your industry and beyond.